live from the Yucca Tap Room with Drinkin' AZ. This is George with Duncan Lee. How you doing, Duncan?
I'm good, man. Thanks for asking.
Awesome. And our special guest here, John Miller.
Howdy.
And on the intro music there, we had your other half from your partnership there with Caskwerks Distilling, Rick Birch.
Yep.
And he's out living the lifestyles with us at the moment.
A rock star lifestyle.
Yeah. So, Duncan, did you know about Rick being a rock star and everything? And your daughter probably listens to his music or something.
I met Rick at one of the festivals.
Strong beer.
Yeah.
And, just really cool dude. Just completely down to earth. Just a great guy. Good,
Yeah, nice guy.
A lot of varied interests. And, definitely good to call him a friend.
You'd never know he was a rock star by looking at him.
No.
He just looks like regular.
But it's the same way. I mean,
He's not. He doesn't have like the neck tattoos.
No, he's a laid back.
Yeah, and I mean, but then again, it's the same thing about us, right? We walk down the street and people are like,
yeah, I like it at a time.
Exactly, right? They're like, is that George Lindblom? Yes, it is. So
we know how it is.
we in this scene, it's crazy. I get mobbed by invisible all the time.
I get underwear thrown at me all the time.
Yeah, of course they're normally like size 40, double, whatever X, but works out well.
Details. Whoa. So we are here to talk about Caskwerks Distilling. Update on all that. Real quickly, let us know where you're at in the development stage. I want to ask you questions about what got you into distilling in the first place.
Okay.
So where are you at right now?
We actually just finalized after a little bit of bidding, and then get the drawings done, submitted to city, and then gonna start break up.
And your location is in Tempe.
Yeah, 1920 East University, right next to Sleepy Dog Brewing.
Right next. And going to have a little bit of a symbiotic relationship with them as well?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, working the mash tuns and using some of their capacity?
Yeah, we're going to just use their mash, make the whiskey on their mash tun and transfer it over to our open top fermenters and let them rip.
That's awesome. We only do craft beer, but this is like a subset of craft beer, craft distilling, which is a different altogether. And so I know you're a home brewer and you're a mead maker as well.
Yep.
What got you into distilling? Because distilling is kind of a very specialized animal.
It actually started with I make that apple pie liqueur. I've been making that for a long time.
Now, were you a home brewer and then you just decided to distill and see what it was all about?
Well, no, I had somebody tell me that I should make that apple pie liqueur for commercially, and thought about it and looked into it and what I'd have to do, and noticed that I'd have to learn how to distill. Mm-hmm. So I looked into that a little bit and went and got some training up at the old Air Spirits when they were around, and then just kept at it from there, going to different distilleries and staying for 02 and getting some experience.
Would you say distilling is in your blood? Like it's something you really live for, or you have a passion for it?
Oh yeah, I love it. It's a lot of fun. Being able to create something like that, it's a lot of fun, and there's so many different things you can do. It's like beer,
right?
It's 50 different styles of whiskey and 30 different styles of gin.
Right. Now you work and are a professional distiller. Tell us a little bit about what you've done in the past professionally.
It was 2009. I started working for Forward Brands Distilling, making Arroyo vodka and gin, Arroyo vodka and gin, and just whatever else we can think of at the time that we can get our hands on. Well, that was never released. It was just test stuff.
Now, didn't some of that go to market though?
Yeah, the Arroyo vodka, the gin, and some of the flavored vodkas that we did.
Okay, the apple pie did.
Oh yeah, and the apple pie. I made that at that distillery, BB's Apple Pie. That one went to market, and we sold a whole pallet of it, I think.
Huh.
So
those pretty well. I mean, when you were making the Royal vodka and gin,
the vodka slow. The apple pie was a little quicker because it's nice. It's just it's good for some good cocktails. A place that had it, Hungry Monk kept it on constantly. But since I haven't been with the Royal for over 2 years, they've sold out, and he can't get any anymore until Caskwerks is gone.
Is the Royal still moving forward?
I know they're having a little bit of difficulties, but I know they're still moving forward.
And they were trying to take possession of a building, some historic building or something?
Yeah, the sugar factory in Glendale. They've had there's actually an article recently about it because they're still having some problems with the city about pretty. Hopefully they'll get it resolved soon because that would be a pretty cool location for a distillery.
So take us back a little bit as far as, everybody here knows the process to make beer. So what's the process to make spirits?
It's
dumb it down for us a little bit.
It starts out the same as beer. You mash, you choose grains, whatever you're going to make, whatever kind of character you're looking for in your spirit. Make your mash. And then instead of transferring over to boil, you're transferring right over to your fermenter. Use a specialized kind of yeast, depending on what ABV for.
So you don't boil?
No boil.
So you make a beer without boiling it. You go through the process and then you.
Basically, a distiller's beer, no hops, nothing like that. But there is the same specialty blend of grains.
What's science behind not boiling it? Because it still has to ferment, right?
Yeah, it still has to ferment. There's no science behind it. It's just tradition. I mean,
why do we boil then?
That's to get your flavors from your hops, and then get the sanitize. Can't even say the word sanitize. Yeah, to sanitize it.
Right.
With distilling, you can boil if you don't hit your gravity on your mash. You can boil it down to get
now
gravity.
If you're a home brewer and you make a crappy batch of beer, can you distill it? And if you were
distill
properly licensed, could you distill it? And
if you're licensed, you can distill, but I can't distill a home brew. It has to be something that's made on site.
Okay, but scientifically speaking, you could crappy batch of beer.
Yeah,
and you could distill it out.
Yeah, I would probably want to make vodka with it, but not
right.
a whiskey. Or even just maybe a beer schnapps to see how it tastes off your first run. I know that there's a group trying to get home distillation legal, actually making some headway finally this year. So,
well, that's the thing is to go pro as a distiller, you have to basically have a sponsorship of some sort and be under the wing of somebody who's licensed, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So you can't just take it on as a hobby legally.
Legally, no, but there are a lot that have.
Right. Right. Yeah. And
they're called moonshiners, George.
Right.
Yeah. Ding 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 ding.
I open a PC here. This is the land of the no face paint as of today. So
the no face paint.
We have to keep it. You hear about that on a state university?
ASU.
Oh,
football,
that's
you're
right.
not allowed to wear face paint.
I read something about that today.
I was going to wear face paint tonight just to be difficult, but you stopped me, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So what are some of the basic things that people distill? What do they make when they distill liquor?
Like, what do you mean? What kind of spirit?
What's the difference between whiskey and vodka and gin? For the people out there who might not know.
Whiskey is going to be made from pretty much any grain. Mm-hmm. Vodka can be made from anything that ferments. You just have to get that up to 93 to 94% alcohol and then filter it with the carbon to get a lot of the oils out of it, bring it down to 40%. Gin is basically vodka that's flavored.
Flavored variation of vodka, really?
Yeah, that's basically what it is. It was actually I can't remember the history on it, even though I've been going.
Is it true to say that whiskey is basically a vodka that's just kept in oak on some of the oak characteristics?
No, because you cannot keep those the characteristics, the flavors of the spirit if you 64%. As far as the grains, you can make it like there's some brands and rums that are distilled up to 80% alcohol, and you still get a lot of the sugar or molasses flavor, but it's not the same because you want some of that subtle characteristics on your whiskey. So don't distill it above.
So white light. When I hear about white lightning, what are we talking?
Like it's moonshine. It's unaged
Is
whiskey,
that
most likely made.
Unaged whiskey or unaged vodka?
It'd be whiskey.
Whiskey?
Yeah.
Because it's not distilled out.
Yeah, it's
enough?
not distilled up high enough to get. Vodka's supposed to be no character, no flavor, no scent to it. So yeah, it's supposed to be a completely neutral spirit.
You say supposed to be, but I remember you gave a talk at Ash, and we were talking about the heads and the hearts and the tails.
Yeah, that's the cuts that you're making at the process.
And everybody says that vodka is flavorless and odorless. You have vodka that tastes like paint thinner.
Yeah.
And vodka that's really nice going down. And vodka that gets a headache 30 seconds after you drink it, as opposed to vodka that gives you a nice pure.
Yeah, it depends on what it's made from, because most vodkas that you'll have is made from corn. Unless it specifies, like Chopin. There's some good, real nice grain wheat and barley based vodkas that are real nice, but it's rare or they are expensive.
So it has to do with the grains, and it also has to do with where it has hearts and tails.
Yeah, if it's
pulling your liquor out, right?
Yeah, if it's giving you a headache, it means heads still left in that. So it's also what it's going to taste like paint thinner. They probably didn't do any carbon filtering.
Yeah, I think it's pop off in the plastic bottles.
Yeah, supposedly I haven't tried with pop off. You filter it through your Brita water filter about 4 times. It tastes a lot better.
I would imagine. Yeah,
I've done it with actually stuff that I was just testing with the stuff that we had. I took some of the raw stuff off the still when I was at Arroyo and put it through the Brita filter just to see what it's like, and it worked. It's not as good as the big filters that we use for the commercial vodka, but it was still pretty good.
I thought there was never such a thing as too much head. That is for all the ladies out there. Sorry.
Well, you are the one getting marriage proposals, so I'm not going to knock it.
What's his name?
No, actually, we actually get a lot of fail, and it's true.
Oh, nice.
I'm just not a liar. It's true. And recently, Sarah M. from Chicago asked me about, being married, and I'm like, sorry, Sarah M., you're just whatever, something short. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Well,
it's tough.
And if you want to reach Duncan, you can find him out on Duncan Lee at Facebook. Hit him up.
You can give me all your hate mail or love mail, one of the either way.
All right. Well, we're going to be right back here with Drink Easy.
Phoenix Brewing Supply is an online retailer based in the Phoenix. This online shop is geared up to give the home brewer competitive prices on a wide selection of all of your home brewing needs. Phoenix Brewing Supply provides quick access to a variety of hops, yeast, additives, and adjuncts, spiral fermenters, 5-star chemicals, chillers, draft equipment, plumbing, hardware are all products you can find at the click of a button. When you can get most orders shipped within one business day, why go anywhere else? To Phoenix Brewing Supply.com today and receive 10% off of your first order when you register online. Phoenix Brewing Supply. What are you brewing today?
And we're back at the Yucca Tap Room with Drinking AZ and Duncan Lee.
That's right. Gotta love Yucca. Big shouts out to Ben, the manager. We
Right.
called him up short notice, and he's like, come on over. That'd be great.
Right. We got Black Sabbath coming through. Or is that just in the general?
No, that's
Oh, we're rocking. Can feel the bass. Adam's doing that.
now. You were saying something about some organization, George. What were you talking about?
Well, you know it's a good segue because the distilling, you have the Arizona Craft Brewers Guild.
Yep.
And Rob Fulmer and everything, and that kind of ties together all the breweries. The distilling world out there is in its infancy. It's embryonic stages.
Yeah.
How many distilleries do we have in Arizona right now?
Desert Diamond up in Kingman, Arizona Distilling in Tempe, Hamilton's in Tucson, Caskwerks in Tempe as well. Let's see.
Tempe
yeah, Oso, Arroyo Vodka, and then I know 2 more distilleries opening up. Tombstone Distilling in Tombstone, and I know like 3 or 4 others that are trying to get rolling, but it's a long process. 2 years.
Less than 10.
Less than 10.
And where does that put us on the map with other states? Like, are we lagging behind?
A whole lot less than California, Oregon, Colorado, Washington.
Even Utah's got something going on.
Oh
up
yeah,
there, don't
Utah's got more distilleries than we do. Iowa, I think, has more distilleries than we do. I don't think there's many states that we would beat as far as how many distilleries we have.
So it's really a young industry.
Yeah, Arizona. The oldest distillery would have been Arizona High Spirits. They started in 2006. So I mean,
they were the ones who did the prickly pear vodka.
Prickly pear vodka, yeah.
And that was pretty popular for a while.
Yeah, we're talking about doing something like that, but we're gonna use locally picked prickly pear. We're really good friends with the Wilderness Boys, and we hang out with them quite a bit. So
right.
we've done some fun stuff with them.
Any
too.
thoughts of doing an absinthe like I was talking to you about before?
What's that?
An absinthe?
Absinthe. I'd like to do absinthe, but that probably won't be for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it, and Rick and his travels to like Europe, he's tried some good stuff.
Right.
And I really want to make a good absinthe, but it's a little difficult, and there's going to be a lot of trial and error, I'm sure. But
that would be cool. It's really a specialty product.
Yeah.
You know what absinthe is, Duncan?
It sounds dangerous.
It's a type of liqueur, and you correct me if I'm wrong. It's a type of liqueur. It's got wormwood in it, and it gives you. It's got a drug in there called Dujone, and it gives you a little bit of a different feel.
Dujone, yeah. You're not going to see anything psychedelic or anything, but it's a different. It's a different kind of buzz. It's pretty nice.
Huh.
It was illegal, or it was legal, I guess, back in the 1800s in Europe, and became illegal when people were going crazy from drinking it because they didn't have the quality controls and things that we have now.
They were running through lead pipes and just not doing right cuts. So you got people going blind, people getting lead poisoning. It wasn't good, but they blamed it on the wormwood.
So that's like the fourth day in the fridge of maybe some leftover tuna casserole at my house.
Not at all, but good try.
Gotcha. You're like, the tuna, the taste, I don't even know.
Minus the stomach problems.
It would be like if your wife made you a tuna casserole that was, like pulled up out of Chernobyl or something.
Nice.
Or,
nice.
Like a poisoned tuna.
She'd have to cook.
Made with
we do love
Fukushima
you
tuna.
still. Yeah.
Fukushima, yeah. Chernobyl, yeah. All right. So, going back to the future, as far as Caskwerks goes,
yeah.
What can we expect? What kind of timelines are we looking at? I know you don't have anything definite, so don't give me something to go with here.
We're hoping for at least February to to get stuff. They'll actually probably even just start production in February.
Really?
The tasting room probably won't even open. If we start in February, it won't open until March.
And have you bought the equipment yet? The towers and all that stuff?
Oh, we have a lot of our equipment. But not. I mean, we have a lot of the equipment. Pretty much all the equipment we need for small scale production. Not our big full production still, or our fermenters. Fermenters are ordered. They're being made up in where's it at? Carson City, I think, up in Nevada. Custom open top stainless steel jacketed fermenters.
Jacketed, so you still control the temperature and everything.
Yeah, we'll have a custom made top for it too, just in case, because I know in the summertime it'll get pretty hot, so we will have to cover it up.
Is any of that mash? You said you boil it. Is any of that mash passable as beer? I mean, have you drank that prior to distilling, or is it really rank beer?
With the that we use and with the fermentation styles, it would be a pretty rank beer. So our fermentation time is going to be 7 days, 8 days maybe. None of you can do that with beer too, and just filter it out. But it's with the yeast that we'll use, it'll be just not good beer.
So you're making a nasty beer. To dumb it way down in distilling, you start off, you make a real kind of nasty, aggressive beer.
Yeah.
And then you boil it down.
Yeah.
Capture the liquid.
Distill
reboil, and that's in a nutshell what you do.
Yeah, what we're going to be doing, the whiskey is going to be distilled twice. So it'll be what's called a stripping run, just to get all the alcohol out of it. And then we'll collect that and probably do 2 or 3 stripping runs, and then put that in one tank, and then run that for the spirits run where we do all the big cuts.
And then you're gonna oak. You got to put it on oak, though,
Gotta
right?
put it on oak. I'm gonna have some white whiskeys though. I've got to.
Okay.
You have to try a white whiskey compared to what the oak does to it, and that's just one of the things we're gonna do.
And so you're gonna oak them, and then you get on premise there. You're gonna store them.
Yeah. Yeah. And
like pallet rack system, just jack them up into the ceiling.
Well, we can't actually go above 12 feet, but yeah.
Why not?
OSHA, I think. OSHA or the health department.
The same.
I think it's OSHA safety.
Can you wear face paint when you put them up on the wall, though?
Can you do what?
Can you wear face paint?
Yeah, sure. So I'll allow that.
You'll allow face paint in your...
Yeah, you can come over with some face paint.
Nice, nice.
Oh, I want to see that though. You gotta come into the tasting room with face paint.
Done.
Yeah,
especially if it's free. The tasting.
The tasting. There you go.
Yeah.
We've got a.
Can't taste my face paint.
No.
Yeah, I was just saying that.
No. I'll wear a thing. You know, if I can get some free, tasting out of it.
Right on.
So I'll wear a kilt.
Oh man, I kilts. That's not a big thing. I don't get anything free for it. I just do it because they're comfortable.
Fine.
Wear a Speedo, then we're talking.
Oh, don't come in with that.
No. No, that's actually just saved for Tanya S. out of Washington, Seattle. Tanya, thinking about you, girl. So.
I want to hear about your fans.
What are you gonna do?
That's awesome.
Hey, we got apropos on right now, whiskey in the jarro. That could have been our closing song there. All right. So, anything else you got that you want the people out there to know about Caskwerks? I mean, this has been something that you guys have been working on for a few years now. So
yeah, it'll be fun. We've got some stuff working on with the Snore and White Wheat and Sauceman Family Farms and Hayden Flour Mill doing some stuff, and some ancient grains basically that haven't been grown in Arizona in a while. We're going to be.
And you're going to be doing. You're going to have a tasting room, right?
Yeah, and we've got a really good bartender coming in for us. His name's Matty Helland. He works at the Windsor, so he'll still work there full time and then come for us.
Be doing cocktails for you. And stuff?
Yeah, he is a phenomenal mixologist.
Nice.
He's an award-winning mixologist.
So you know what that means, Duncan, for everybody is that you can go to Sleepy Dog and have a couple beers, and get your buzz on, and then go over to Caskwerks and get plowed under the ground. It's all good.
I think it's liquor before beer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's supposed
liquor
to be.
Before beer.
In the clear.
In the clear.
Yeah.
beer before liquor, no sicker.
We were talking about that
I've
with
been
the
doing
Sleepy
it wrong
Dog
all
guys.
this time.
Where, have a cocktail and take your receipt over to Sleepy Dog. Maybe get a discount or something for a couple flights of beer or something.
It'll be the liquor before beer coupon.
Awesome. That would be
Liquor
awesome.
before beer, never sicker coupon. Although
nice.
that doesn't have a very ring to it.
Yeah, I'm more of a liquor guy. Like,
Yeah.
could go like the whole night, just having whatever, it's Jack and Cokes, just anything.
cocktails.
Yeah.
We'll have some fun stuff.
Well, we are drinking AZ Dunk, though. We do represent the beer and the liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if there's any liquor distillers out there that would love to go ahead and become a sponsor.
All right. Well, hey, I think that about does it. Do we have anything else to add to this, Duncan?
No, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, not a problem.
You're continued to the show.
And when you finally open up and everything, maybe we can come do a show and
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
check out your mixologist and everything.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be
All
cool.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks a lot, John, and we've got Rick Birch on tour, and for him and Duncan Lee, it's George with Drinking AZ. We'll catch you next time.